Morning, folks. It's 5:16 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the 8th of July, 2024, the Weaver Agency of Roseman, California. And how are we doing this morning? Well, we're still dealing with a light that's still out, or just about the flickering to go out at this point. So, I'm dealing with the dark side of things. Oh, I've been listening to people bitch and gripe about it, things I've been turning them off left and right about. Two old guys trying to convince the country that they're the greatest of all that could be the president of the United States again. And we got these young assholes, 40s or 50s, complaining too much. Even the 30s are complaining too much that they're too damn old. Well, here's the thing, boys and girls of the independent media out there, not to mention the corporate media. Why hasn't there been a law passed or going through both chambers concerning about age restrictions and make that into either an executive order or at least put that as an amendment? Duh. The problem is, would the current administration sign off on the thing? No administration has signed off on the damn thing because if it came up, it's always being voted down. If it is on record somewhere, it's been voted down too many times. And what are we dealing with? We deal with the senators and representatives bitching and griping because they have no legal standing. They have no law generated, agreed to, signed off to say that yes, Mr. President, you're too damn old because the Constitution, the amendment in the Constitution says so otherwise. Unfortunately, if there was such a law or an executive order, now it can't be an executive order because it has to be put into the Constitution if we're going to make it legal or not. So what I hear from people is bitching and griping and whining and griping. They go, wah, wah. The independents become Karens. So does the corporate media. And the chamber and the Senate are having a field day over it. They're having a field day over it. They're complaining too much about how old the two guys are, but they've never been able to get off their collective dead butts to make a law and to have it pass through the chambers. Now, they do realize that once the president has vetoed the damn thing, it takes two-thirds vote in the House of Representatives, not mistaken, to override the veto. Probably knows about the damn hair. Well, I hadn't had a wash in a few weeks. I haven't got into the shower yet. Taking care of things at home and taking care of a crazy dog, so I still gotta take time to take care of my own damn body and not to mention my own laundry. So let's put that into personal effects. 58 years old, and I'm still having a hard time trying to take care of myself. But you got two old guys, a man in their late 70s, about to be pushing 80s. Yeah, for when they make the office. And since that's happening, we have no other contentions. We have no other people coming in. Unless the people are going to be doing some write-in ballots. What was it, about late 40s? Nikki Haley was in there. And Nikki Haley used to work for Trump as an ambassador to the UN. Well, she's got some experience. But she's too crazy enough with her ideas anyway. So what else are we supposed to do about that one? Kennedy's about his 50s or 60s, so he's a little over that. And he's still nuts. He's also screwing up the Kennedy name in the first place. Supposed to be liberal, supposed to be Democrat, supposed to be progressive, not conspiracy natured. So that's what they are. Fear mongering all the damn time. And what do I hear from the independents at this point? Blame, 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 blame. One of them tried to get into the office way too late in the game. Screwed that one up, didn't you? Well, you also didn't have the experience for this thing in the first place. If you had, with the government system, but you had press, you didn't have government. If you weren't a government employee, maybe you were like a mayor or something like that, or governor. That would have been something, wouldn't it? Yeah, probably not. Okay, so at one time we had a foreign-born independent who made his way through the networks and tried to become politically activated. He also tried doing House of Representatives and a presidential campaign. I don't suppose that the guy actually studied the Constitution in the United States, that you have to be U.S. born. And I haven't fixed the amendment on this one to allow anybody else. They don't want foreign born in there because they didn't want any mistakes happen a long time ago. Otherwise, we would have had this thing fixed a long time ago, but we didn't. You would have been born a U.S. citizen by one or two Americans, but you're not. But you tried. It's one thing to go for the U.S. Senate or House of Representatives or even a governorship. Those are worthwhile, but president? You don't get it. You'll never get it. Not until they make the Constitution changed on this one. So, all he can do is just whine about his experiences. It's life. We have a Canadian-born guy who considers himself a Texan. He's no Texan. And he represents Texas. And he keeps getting himself into more and more hot water. And right now, he's got Beryl drowning him out there. Oh, well. I'm not laughing about that one either. Part of the problem, not part of the solution. You always will be part of the problem, never the solution. Because you can't think about anything but being more and more of a problem to everybody else just for your own stupidity. Right now, speaking about weather, Beryl's kicking ass on Galveston and moving forward in Texas. So he's making that place a literal hell, a wet hell. And yes, because the hurricane or tropical storm now is going through, it's Cat 1, but as soon as it leaves the waters and hits inland, it'll be a tropical storm, and it'll still give people problems. But the storms are stronger, getting worse, and so is the water. Humanity screws up again. I don't blame nature, I blame humanity for this. Getting on with more and more gripes and grumbles this morning. There was a friend of mine out there, friend in recovery, who was following a celebrity. And he was telling me about this celebrity he's following, having issues with the right wingers and the hate mongers out there. And whining about this guy, whining about that guy. Well, let them whine. That's all they can do. Watch your cheese an hour later. And about one particular lunatic who happened to call up my friend and wanted him on the show so he can berate the living crap out of him, embarrass the living crap out of him. How about that one? Ain't going to happen. Hell, if I had a call like that, I'd hang up on the bastard too. Said, no, bye, click. Besides, I never give out my phone number to anybody unless I know them. And if I don't know you, you ain't getting it. I ain't publicizing a damn thing either. I see Australia is saying, we're not going to back Israel because you're too damn stupid. You're doing genocide. We don't do genocide. We like to be supportive about everybody else, but since you're not being supportive about anyone else's rights, screw that noise. Try this one. You know, I kept belly aching about the damn fireworks, fires and stuff like that. There's this one asshole out in New Jersey. Goes up in a neighborhood, tells people he's going to be launching a firecracker or you know, one of them rockets. Homemade he's got. Well, the damn thing blows up and has shrapnel damaging property and people left and right. How does that grab you? It don't grab me. It definitely doesn't grab me, especially when it blows things up. And these guys wander around saying, "Ugh." How would that guy feel if his home got blown up or shrapnel in it? Or having him have shrapnel in his body? Assholes. Oh, the one thing that got to me. Past week, within the last week, an autistic boy crosses the street with his sister. And the kid likes to touch things. So there's a Jaguar. Actually, there's a Mercedes Benz. He touches the vehicle and goes to sit down. He likes to touch things. The guy parks at the bus stop, comes out of his car, slaps the kid because the kid touched his car. So far, the cops haven't found this asshole. He's probably left the state. Fucking coward. His name, his picture's out there all over the place. Anybody finds this asshole, ooh, I'm not going to say a word on that one. Okay. Some things I just don't touch left and right. I've been doing food articles left and right on here for cooking. Realize some of the meats I can't even afford. If I wanted good carnita, then I have to pay about $20 for the damn thing. Almost just as bad as trying to pay for corned beef for that expensive out here in California. That sucks, you know, it really does. Because how else am I supposed to be dealing with that one? But I found some pretty good recipes online, even from years back, that I could do a frying pan thing. As long as it gets some light going on, maybe I'll be fine on that one. There was another article I came across from Utah. Now, this one guy used to be part of the American Nazi Party, but really woke up to the fact, took him this fucking long, how evil and rotten they are, and he wants to make his life better. He goes into a recovery program, retraining, and he declares himself neo-Nazi no more. And he's trying to get the marks off of his skins. More power to him on that one. He's actually realized that the stuff he's going through right now is indeed crap. Try having the people around him not liking him because of the damn marks. Well, because the marks are considered evil. So he's trying to struggle his way to get this thing going. Oh, by the way, the kid I talked to you about, concerned about the autistic kid, well, the family had been struggling left and right, trying to hold on to their family and hold on to a car that's still broken down. But because of generous donations and because of the video gone viral, this guy's family may make it through the summertime, maybe with a roof over their head and air conditioning. One can only hope for a miracle. Now, this one thing really pisses me off, and I should have led off this one. I should have. There are stores out there that are going under. They're closing up, and yet I've got a president I support and still have to ask his advisors, what the hell is wrong with you not telling the truth about our job situations? You looked at the job reports and you claim that we're doing so great. We got companies shutting down left and right because of financial securities and because of market traits. Ever since we've had online shopping, brick and mortars have been worried sick about their place being lost. Well, hell, look at the malls these days. They're shutting down. Large corporations shutting down, going bankrupt. COVID, when it rolled in, wasn't kind to anybody. So it took its toll on everybody, including employment. Smaller mom and pop places, if they had struggled like crazy, are still trying to struggle like crazy, and a lot of them just went under. But the corporates, the main corporates, have been out there for 50, 60, 70, maybe 100 years or more than that, disappearing like a fart in a whirlwind. So back in the Northeast, there's a chain called Bob's Stores. It's been out there for about 70, 75 years, according to Wikipedia on this one. They're gone. They're done. They're shut down on September 16th. I'm sorry, July 16th. Not much left in the store anyway. But they got deep discounts for the crap. So they're history, and they're not coming back to life again. But blame the economy on this one. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Because also, like me, like everybody else, we've gotten used to online shopping. Amazon has gotten bigger and bigger, but I'm waiting for that damn bubble to bust. It keeps marketing more and more things left and right. I'm wondering just how much Amazon and Bezos are going to be holding on tight before that thing bursts. And then we're all going to be feeling the pinch on this one. I mean, I use Amazon for shopping, yeah, but I also use it for entertainment as well. I mean, it got a lot of shows on there for Prime, connections with different companies out there. Speaking of which, what was it? Skydance just bought out Paramount. Paramount? You kidding me? Skydance just bought out Star Trek. How about that one? I'm hearing rumors that way. They're going to be finalizing the deal that Star Trek's going to be belonging to another schmuck, and then another schmuck, and another schmuck. Paramount just can't be on their own. But they're corporates, you know. Everyone's trying to buy each other out like damn piranhas, feeding on each other. How's that grab you? Doesn't grab me. But this is business. This is corporate. This is capitalism. I was talking about food, right? A lot of recipes, including about how to make stuff out of spam, how to treat spam, how to deal with spam. I caught an old article I had in my watch list on YouTube about cooking with spam, how to cook with it, how not to cook with it, how to eat the stuff, how not to eat the stuff. Okay, how about this one? This one I've only touched it on the surface, and this one is radioactive. And I'm asking myself, why am I bothering with this twerp? Candace Owens. She went on right wing media all the time, and this time she's disavowing science. I guess she's trying to find a political way of saying that some things do matter and other things don't matter, and science doesn't matter anymore. Only just one conspiracy or just one faith based looking at things, and that's the only thing to look at. Okay, that's on her. She wants to blather out that she doesn't believe in science. Fine. Science is a process. It's not the end of all. Science keeps disapproving, or proving and disproving, going through hypotheses and theories left and right to see what's active, what's not. So far, I don't get it. You're going to be attacking teachers left and right because they're on a science kick. We've been brought up under science. Our faith, our belief in our own. Okay, let me rephrase that one. Science is not absolute, and neither is faith. Faith gives us energy inside to keep going forward, to struggle, even though if logic keeps telling us otherwise. Until maybe we'll find the answer one way or another, through science, through faith, maybe both. But you can't knock teachers for staying with science because that's what they know. It's not a worship thing. It's science is factual. Faith, well, faith has to be taken on belief, and that's about it. And if it's not factual enough, then that's it. We have laws of physics that we've already proven left and right. We teach that to our kids in science classes. We teach about biology and we teach about evolution, what observations were and what we're still noticing these days. We go through fossil records. We go through other records. We go through rock records. We look at things. We're observing. We're making new changes and new observations of different things. Hell, do you realize that I didn't realize that there was actual statues on Easter Island? You see the heads planted right there, but one would only assume that there's bodies in there. Well, I saw pictures and I saw images from reports that there are actual tall statues of Easter Island heads with complete bodies on them. It's like terracotta guys. I'm like, whoa, dug far enough into one of those things and found it. Wow, that was cool. But now you're going to tell me about science to suck and that teachers are enslaved to science? They're not enslaved to science. They know science. Science is a process. When I get on a state legislator, or actually a state superintendent, insist upon breaking the federal constitution, now I know that the faith base has gone crazy. Especially when you got several states doing the same damn shit, breaking the federal law, the Constitution, hoping that the Supreme Court will rule in their favor. So now everybody gets to have a Bible. You get to have a Bible. You get to have a Bible. You get to have a Bible. Hey, Jewish person, you get to have a Bible. Screw the Torah. Get the Bible. Get the New Testament. Ha ha. You worshiping Islam, here's a Bible for you. You get a Bible. Atheist, you get a Bible. Agnostic, you get a Bible. Everybody gets a Bible in the schools. Ha ha ha. Now, how's that grab you? Oh, let's just go over to the temples and everywhere else and throw Bibles at everybody else. Of course, they're not going to like that one. No, violent extremists at this point over here would do a hell of a lot worse. And they've done a lot worse. They've torn places apart left and right. They make sure that their own hatred and vitriol is everywhere else, and they don't give a shit. How about this one? If I remember this story correctly, in one of the cities. Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. Patriot boys came in U-Haul trucks, marched through a town without citations, without anything, did their own tagging on a underpass, and then left. And the cops are like, phew. I'm like, you wimp-ass mothers. That really pissed me off. That pissed me off when I heard some law enforcement guys out there saying that, oh, we're too afraid of these people. I was looking at one of the news stations on this one. It was Nashville, Tennessee. I was mistaken on it. Nashville, Tennessee. I had to make that correction here. And this was a few days ago. Patriot Front, not Patriot Boys, the Patriot Front came in. They came in to march. They came in to be a pain in the ass. And they decided to start the vitriol and dress uniform with a face covering all over the damn place. Go over and just yell and scream and yell and go back in their U-Haul trucks and hide. And the cops wouldn't even do a damn shit about it. Nothing. It's one thing with our Constitution that we're allowed to protest. But if they're going to be causing issues, I thought there was laws banning hate speech. Even that was contested through the Supreme Court for decades on that one. I don't know about that one. It seems like everything else is going hell in a handbasket, but the thing is, concerning about democracy, we're supposed to allow this shit to happen. Now, I know I'm going to have people on my ass on this one. First Amendment protects us to a point, but it's usually up to the Supreme Court to make those kind of definitions, and it's also up to state legislature, not state, but the federal legislators, to make that kind of determination. And maybe it is up to also the state, but we're talking about freedom. The freedom to say something like, I don't like you because you're an ugly motherfucker. Deal with that one. Whoa. How dare you say that to me? Well, I dare say that to you because I don't think you're this and I don't think you're that. And how about that one? And I'm going off on a tirade. Now, in certain states, we do have hate speech laws. I know California's got it. And we could prosecute on that. But we're talking about federal situation here. We're talking about civil rights. We're talking about violation of civil rights here. Because I am desecrating your civil rights right now by insulting the living crap out of you. You are an ugly person and you're stuck that way because I say so. I say so. Mm-hmm. So that's how it works. The view of the minority insulting the majority at this point over here. And yes, in certain circumstances, in certain court cases, they do actually allow it. But desecrating places, harming people because they're different, that's not allowed. That's civil rights violations right there. So yeah, still has to be ironed out in the court systems. Oh, I'm sorry, we have a conservative court system. What are they going to consider worthwhile on their time? I wonder. So yeah, this Monday is going to be really, really good, isn't it? Because now we're dealing with insanity through everything. The more I keep going through YouTube, the more I'm becoming more of these sycophants out there. I'm becoming more of these Karens. I'm complaining about the Karens complaining about this situation. How does that work for me again? It must be pure boredom or pure insanity or probably, most definitely, stupidity. Idiocy. I've turned into a dummy. And in that kind of situation, I'm no damn good to anybody else, not even to myself. I'm not. Anyway. The day's coming, the day's going to be cooking, and I still got a few things to take care of in this place, even with limited liability. So, we'll see how the organs thing goes.